Okay, guys, I'm kind of excited. The more I do the readings, the more I get to know each of the zodiacs a little bit better and what's going on. I try not to be too nosy. When I dive into certain things that are a bit more detailed, sometimes I withhold, I hold back. I don't always divulge everything. Sometimes people don't want certain things coming out. Either way, in their own lives, it comes out regardless. But the moon holds all the secrets. So, who are we going with now? Capricorn. Okay. Let's see what we got. So this is the original Capricorn. Keep in mind these videos are for the original 13 zodiacs before they changed over to the 12 zodiac. So it's January 19th to February 15th. The goat, Saturn, spleen, adrenals, lead, amethyst, tiger's eye, garnet, and Saturday. Maybe you want to get a piece of jewelry with garnet and hang on to that. More so recently, we may use things to amplify our energy, whatever we need. If you're into that sort of thing, rocks, crystals, or anything, you understand that it helps your vibrational frequency. Some are a little bit more of a match for some people and not so much others. So do your research, find out which ones are good for you, and then maybe just kind of experiment a little bit just to see which ones react with you. Mainly when you're out and about, just do one at a time. Try not to carry a whole sack of crystals if you're unaware of what effects they have on you. Okay? I don't know why that's specific. All right, Capricorn. You could be standing your ground at this time, standing still, very patient, calm. Maybe you had a little victory, you know, not so much the war, but you won something. It could just be a lesson in itself. You're very happy. So this has allowed you to get a couple of ideas of where you're going to go to next. What kind of decisions you're going to make. So you're going to have opportunities, or you already have opportunities placed right in front of you. And you're kind of like swaying back and forth. You don't quite know which. This could be like a promotional thing at work, or this could be just opportunities in your life. Like maybe you're going to move somewhere and you have several choices. Again, I'm seeing the patience coming in. So take your time. Don't rush. There's no reason to be in a rush when there really is never a reason to be in a rush. Don't look for your signs and synchronicities. Be rational. Think rational, logically. Use your creativity too. Because sometimes certain opportunities will come your way and it looks like one thing, but really it's another. You get more information, more details, and then you start learning more about the situation. You're like, okay, maybe that's not something I actually want. This could be traditional too, something that's just passed down in the family. It's like the way it's always been. We've always done it like this. So you too, son or daughter, have to do it like this. Okay? We've got King of Swords in the upright. That's good. Very confident. Not so much cocky, but definitely confident. Almost refreshed energy I'm feeling. He's got his hand there on his hip, almost like he's not budging. Like I said, you could be standing your ground. In the back here, the first thing I'm looking at are these two. I know they're just the windows, but it almost looks like, I wouldn't say shadow, but people watching over you. Two individuals specifically that have a great influence on you. Maybe they're more in their karmic state, their shadow side. But you don't really seem phased at all. You have a good heart. Again, with the logic and reason. You may be looking for a companionship at this time. You're very detail-oriented. You're paying attention. Queen of Coins in reverse. This is somebody that has an influence over you, your money, your choices. This could be one of the individuals that was in the back here, kind of watching over you. Motherly figure, or it could just be somebody that you know that has, like, it could even be payroll. I don't want to say that outright, but it could even be somebody that's supposed to have good intentions for what they do. They have responsibilities, and maybe they're abusing their powers or their privileges or even their gifts. Maybe tainting something, whether this be food or maybe your record. Hopefully not record of employment, but just record in general. So your track record, whatever's happened, this person knows quite a bit about you. So it's almost like they keep tabs, but not in a good way. Very experienced person, but so are you. You're learning off this person, even if they don't have good intentions. You don't show all your cards. It could be a bit of a rush for you. I know that sounds weird. Like it's a bit of a rush. Like when you know this person's up to no good or they're trying to pull something on you, the fact that you're already like 5 steps ahead, it kind of gives you like an adrenaline rush. Whatever hidden things need to come to the light, people are going to start speaking regardless. Even if you're not, other people are going to stand up and say something. I've got the 2 of Clubs here, but I'm picking up like a brother or co-worker energy. This is somebody that knows what's going on as well. They could have participated in blocking you in the past for certain things, maybe positions or opportunities. It was a bit of a test for you to stand up for yourself. This person's tied off at the waist. They are restricted when it comes to their own imagination and creativity. It could make them a little bit jealous, but they stand in the middle of these 2 sides. So maybe they get to see both sides. You know, the kind of bystander. They can be honest when they want to be. Maybe very charming, but so can you. So very well you can know this person, or this is somebody that's in your energy right now. I would say typically have good intentions, but sometimes when it comes down to it, when it comes down to the end of the rope, like if it's them or you, you know, sort of energy. What can we get here? You'll get a little bit of a relief, maybe with some information coming in. Thesaurus, a treasury, a lexicon. There could be something to do with that thing that was hidden before too. Something that you treasure. It doesn't have to be money. It's something else. Maybe this is a possession of yours, something you keep in a box. Or something you keep in a book. A thesaurus is a book. So maybe it's something at home that you, it could be a journal, something you write in. Maybe you write lyrics or something like that. That's your strength. Your strength is your writing skills. So even if you're a messy writer or whatever, your strength, you may have felt blocked at the time. There could be other person that maybe caught a glimpse of whatever you're writing and said something and you felt insecure about it. Just ignore that. You're growing, you're learning. Take your time. Crawl, to creep, to advance slowly, slyly, or weakly. You very well could, if you have like a shy demeanor when it comes to meeting new people or being around groups of people, you could come off as weak or sly, but I'm not picking up that kind of energy. It doesn't seem like you're doing anything with bad intention. It's just more like you kind of let things go as they are. You may not always speak up and maybe fight for somebody else, let alone yourself. That could be, this could be a challenge as well. Speaking up against that person. Speaking your truth. But you're the King of Swords. If this is you, King of Swords, you're, most of the time, you know the words to speak. You already know what you need to say. You just haven't done it. You have to have like go through a specific kind of transformation. It's almost like a test. You know, when you get to stand up in front of a group of people and you get the butterfly feeling, or it's your turn to speak next, or it's your turn to share something with the class. It's your turn to step up and speak your voice. You already know and have planned it out because you're good at writing. You already know how to speak very well. It's just you have to push past that barrier. And once you do that, it'll be like pass the test with flying colors. You'll be able to do it every time after that. It's getting past that initial fear, whatever that is. It could be an augmentation. This could be just like your own thoughts. You're getting all up in your head. Maybe your shadow side's getting in the way of your potential. And you do consider yourself the GOAT. What do we got? In geology, apply to the lowest division of stratified groups. So you could be of a lower ranking, or people have placed you at a lower vibrational frequency, kind of keeping you in a stuck energy. I don't really think you enjoy being there, but you're not dissatisfied either. You're kind of like indifferent. You don't care. You understand there's order for things, especially spiritually. Even if you yourself are not spiritual or religious, you understand there's some sort of order. So you have the respect there. You have the awareness. You know what it is that you need to do. Can we get... No, not that one. Okay. Past life oracle card for Capricorn. What can we get? Ooh. Farm. So you could have grew up on a farm or been around a farm or been around horses. Something to do with carriages or drawn carriages. This could be racing, or this could be breeding. Something to do with hay too. Like piles of hay. Maybe this is in an old barn or something. I myself experienced that growing up too. I was around the farm. Maybe you missed that. Maybe you missed being out in the fresh air, countryside. Maybe that's somewhere where you need to be right now. Anyways, this is passed down traditionally. This was something that was in your family. Maybe you want to take up an old hobby, or you want to get into farming, or you want to do something with agriculture anyways. I'm not so much sure about the cattle part of it. Or maybe you're a grower. You want to grow something. Doesn't necessarily have to be food. It could be herbs, medicinal herbs. What else we got? Past life oracle card. Communal living. Yeah, so you have whatever this is. You want to go out. You want to be... You're used to being a part of a group. A large group. That could be a large family, or just being around quite a bit of people. Maybe you want your solitude, or that's what you're striving for. Communal living usually isn't a bad thing. I mean, you learn quite a bit about the people around you. You learn a lot of lessons. You get a lot of wisdom and knowledge. You can teach each other, as a community should. Help each other out. Maybe you've always had everything you need. Something to do with solitude. Wanting to go off on your own. Camera. Maybe you constantly feel like you're being watched. An arched roof. Council, a chamber. Yeah, some form of judgment maybe even. An apparatus for taking photographs. You yourself could be artistic in that sense too, if you're not a writer, or you could be both. You like to write and you want to be able to be a photographer or something like that. It interests you. Maybe seeing certain photos online on Instagram or Facebook or something. You know, the really vivid ones with the colors. It kind of strikes your interest. It gets the creative juices going internally. It almost sparks like a little bit of joy. If you've been feeling kind of like melancholy a little bit in the middle, maybe the thought of doing something new or learning a new hobby is kind of exciting. You've got more than enough wisdom. Fray. And a fray to broil, a knight. So in your past life, you could have been a knight as well. A frayed place in cloth, to rub, fret as a cloth. Maybe you rub something on your skin. Feel something soft, to rub as fret by wearing. Top, become warm by rubbing. Maybe whatever you have is worn away, your patience. How can you be patient for some things and not others? Well, I'm pretty sure we all have been there. Maybe your faith is a bit dwindled or worn away. I have a feeling there'll be some sort of, maybe it is when you start a new hobby, there'll be some sort of revelation or some sort of award for yourself. Maybe this coming February. Ride. To be born on horseback in a vehicle. To have ability as an equestrian. To be an anchor or at anchor. To sit on, as to be carried. To go over in riding. A demeanor over. An excursion on horseback. This could symbol journey as well. You could be going on your journey already, or you're already on your journey. You could be getting a new vehicle or planning to get a new vehicle, and a road for the amusement of riding. So it just could be a joy being out on your own. Maybe that's something you used to do. Something to do with horses. you used to go horseback riding. Maybe that's something you enjoyed. I don't know whether it's Western or English. Whatever that was, there was some form of destruction. I don't mean physically. So there could be past trauma that has to do with this. Troubadour. One of a class of poets who flourished in South Europe, especially in Provence, from the 11th to the end of the 13th century. So this very well could be something from your past history, so your bloodline. Like I said, you could be a writer. You could be really into that. Poetry could be one thing, but you could just be really good at articulating the words into book form. Maybe you're a reader yourself, so you really enjoy like the very thick novels. Get back into that. If that's something you haven't done in a long time, that could be your legacy. That could be, if you can't speak it verbally, which I believe you can, but if you at this point don't have the capacity to speak it right now, maybe that's what you need to do. Whether it be write a book, publish something. They make it very easy nowadays to publish personal books, and they got so many different outlets that you can use. This is, whatever it is, you'll overcome it. Like I said, you're going to get to like a threshold, a certain aha moment. You're going to get to a moment where you push past that fear and then you're smooth sailing. Yeah, this person's sitting on the horse here, even though he's overcome whatever obstacle, it almost still looks like his mouth is, I don't know if you could see that there. It almost still looks like his mouth is like, I don't want to say closed off, but the way they have this, keep in mind, the artist that did these cards did it on a very tiny little scale, right? But just the way this is, that's what I'm picking up anyways. You do still have control of your solar plexus. In fact, I think you engage your core quite often. You don't have a really big problem with that. You have two people that stand by your side, whether they be masculine or feminine. So maybe these are friends of yours that you confide in. Yeah. Maybe you're swaying back and forth as well. I'm getting that motion, swaying back and forth. This could be on a boat, ship, or just feeling a little bit uneasy of which direction you want to go in. But like I said, you've got tons of choices. Either you've already visually seen which options that you have and opportunities in front of you, or they're going to be showing themselves very, very soon. I'm noticing the serpent too. So be cautious of anybody that's in your energy that may be a little bit catty. You got the Star card. Your strength is your wholeness in self. So standing up for yourself, using your creative outlets, resting, getting relaxation, maybe going out into the countryside or something like that. Go for a drive or go visit. Something to do with going to visit an old place. This could be this right here. Maybe it's an old piece of land that your family owns or used to own. Just go take a visit up there, even if it's just for the drive, just to get away, have the experience. Yeah, you are comfortable in your emotions, but just not publicly. Like, you don't care to show that to other people, which is fine. Not all of us do. And a lot of us are kind of conditioned to believe that it's a form of weakness when it's not. You do have a fire that burns within you, like I said. You're in control of your solar plexus. So you can use that. And if you're not happy with the way traditions are or the way things used to be, then you can build your own, write your own new story, your new journey, wherever you're planning to go. With good intention, of course. Write your own story so you can harvest things later. It's kind of like planting the seeds as well. Keep in mind, our brains are very powerful, and we do co-create with the universe, the divine universe. We're all a part of this. We're all working together. It's a part of the journey too. Two of Cups in reverse. You could be mourning over a broken relationship, or this could be a broken relationship you witnessed, but it very much feels like something from the past. This feels like an old energy, but it's kind of just sitting there. What can we get about the Two of Cups in reverse? awl, like an AWL. A pointed iron instrument for piercing small holes in leather. Very well, you could feel like that was a part of who you were. So it could have poked holes in your thick hide, your thick skin. Maybe it got to you in a certain way, or you feel like you almost had the arrow through the heart. And this affected you in a massive way in changing your perspective on things and how you see things or how you make judgments, especially when it comes to situations, people, or just the world in general. This could have been one of the hard lessons that you needed to learn. Sometimes things happen in our lives, unfortunately. Can we get a love card, oracle card, whether single or with somebody, Capricorn? Good catch. Talking. So you might be talking to somebody, whether online, or maybe this is somebody in person, somebody that you're interested in. They could have bangs, like the bangs that come to your eyebrows. Very interested. Conversing more. A weighted message arrives. Text, call, email, or hovering. So don't stick around and just wait for them to respond to you. Keep yourself busy, of course. Be inspired. Do things that are creative. And you should be getting the message that you want, or you already have. So this isn't for the old energy anymore. If you haven't resolved anything from the past, keep in mind if you are going to be getting into a new relationship, if you're single currently, you don't want to be taking any of the unlearned negative karma with you into a new relationship. You want to start fresh, right? So you got to kind of purge, cleanse out any old emotions that you're holding on to or anything like that. Go through it. It can be a bit of a battle. I understand it's not always easy. There's nothing to be ashamed of as long as you're learning what you need to learn. If you did something you're in regret for, well, you have to acknowledge that you didn't know better back then. It's definitely affected you in some way. This could be why you don't always speak up and say what you need to. Passion, instinct, chemistry, like each other equally, and having fun. That's very important. Like I said, you've got control of the solar plexus over here. So use that to your advantage if it's going to help you manifest. And maybe it's going to actually add to the opportunities that you have here, because you're in a star-like energy. So it's going to be super, super easy for you to manifest if you really want it to, and you apply yourself. Having fun is definitely a key. Saturday could be important. So maybe you're getting a message to go out for the Saturday coming. Just talk. Get to know the other person. You see, you have the intuition. You can... Don't be too judgmental just because of the past experiences. Like I said, you don't want to be taking that bullshit into you with a new person coming in. Even if it's just a friend. Paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. That's awesome. And I always notice this in the sun. It almost looks like a sea. See the sun. See the happiness. Okay? What else? Can we get one of these ones? Capricorn, where are we at? 23? You do like your time alone, though. Maybe not when you are in the negative energy, but when you're in a happy energy, you have no problem being by yourself and doing your own thing. That's why I think going on a drive would be good for you. Solar plexus chakra. Nice. We were just talking about that. All right. Can we get more of the Two of Clubs over here? Who's this Two of Clubs energy? Where'd that go? What is that? Somebody offered you words of advice or wisdom. They kind of put it out there. I don't know. It almost felt like a trap. It's like, oh, do this and you'll get what you want. But you haven't quite taken it yet. See how he's kind of got his hand here? Maybe he's thinking more with his heart. He is cloaked in green. He hasn't taken the offer yet. So if this is you, out of the opportunities, maybe you haven't taken an offer. But I was asking about the Two of Clubs. This almost feels, too, like this other person may have kind of swiped it out from underneath you if there was an offer. Normally I wouldn't get that. Well, whatever that is, you put an end to it. This came out over top of the star, both of them at the same time. So whatever chaos and conflict, whatever bullshit was happening, either in the background or right in front of you, you don't usually raise your voice very much. You don't want to be involved in that. But it looks like it subsided a little bit. Your star energy, you stand in your authenticity. Don't worry about the drama. And you're already well on your way. You're already on your journey. So you could have been walking away from all this crap anyways. Even when it was in the upright. You're like, peace, I'm going on my own. Maybe I'll go across the world again. I'll go on a trip or something. I'm okay not sticking around for this shit. Even if you don't know the full truth. Even if you don't know all the details. You're good. Oh, what else can we get? What's this Two of Cups in reverse? Advise. Cautious. Done with advice. Yeah, you were given some sort of advice, or maybe you took your own advice, or somebody gave you advice, and it could have resulted in the Two of Cups in reverse, or this could have just been your own personal decision that you made. You very well could have walked away too if it was causing any chaos and conflict, maybe within a friend group or family. Can we get another past life oracle card? Tradition. I keep seeing tradition. It is around Thanksgiving, love and marriage. Maybe you've been thinking about that, marriage. You want your peace, but you want your pleasure. Oh, you got hope. We got Greco-Roman. This is bringing me back to the whole like Colosseum thing. It's like, let's say you're part of a huge group, or you have a really big family, and they all give the yay or the nay. They all put the thumbs up for a specific person that comes into your life, or they put the thumbs down. If they all put the thumbs down, it's almost like you didn't stand up. You could have some regrets about that. If you want to, speak your truth. If it's done, it's done. Leave it in the past. Don't worry about it, okay? Move forward. Keep your joy. Keep your happiness. Separation. Energy, yeah. What else can we get? This came over the Seven of Cups. Health. Focus on that. Get yourself in order. Get your success in order. Your serenity, your peace, your inner peace, especially. Because this doesn't mean physical ailments. This could be mental-wise. This could be your mentality, your emotional health as well. Something you want to get in check. Make sure that's good. Long or short term, anything that you can do, whether it be seeking like therapy or just writing, like I said, something you could do for yourself to get what you need out. You needed like an outlet, because the counsel maybe you sought before was nothing, like it doesn't look like they're causing any problems, but you could not be with anybody right now. So maybe they're just leaving you be. Don't tell them about this. If you have an interest, a love interest, do not mention it. I wouldn't mention it. Just keep your cards to yourself like you normally would. Not unless it's really necessary. Yeah, crying over a loss. Somebody could be losing something or someone. You're in the hermit mode anyway. You could be witnessing this, or you've already done the grieving that you needed to in order to move forward, which is good. But this is also still in the upright. This is just before the Ten of Swords, which is like a huge, huge betrayal. So maybe this ending was prevention of a huge, major betrayal, which is good. That's okay. It's already got you on your way anyways. You're already going on your journey. You're already standing on your own, your authenticity, with good intention. You have tons of offers. You're going to overcome whatever it is that you're battling, whether it be internal, your heart, or the external too. Okay? And have patience with yourself.